COVID times. How are you doing in the midst of all this?
Well, I'm safe. At the moment, I am kind of careful. I was called to anoint someone Saturday who was dying, and I have often sent Father Christian and Father Tochi, who go gladly to do that. And it happened that I went, and I thought on the way, I bet this is a fairly young person. I bet there could be COVID, And or maybe they said, well, his family, grown children are there, and his wife, and maybe there's COVID there. And I thought, but it's what you do as a priest. It's just you cannot not do this. So I think that's the biggest risk I've taken, and they were very conscious and kindly toward me, as I know they would be, everybody would be, and they all kept their distance and kept their face masks on, and I anointed the person, and he did die that night, so it was timely to go. And otherwise, I don't want to take too many chances. I am concerned about myself. I can't hide, and I just have to be in contact with people. That's what I love doing. And I can't just kind of go up in a room somewhere and, totally isolate like a hermit. But Monsignor Miller said when this all began, just use common sense. Nobody wants to get sick. Nobody wants you sick. Nobody wants me sick. Just listen to what the government and the bishops say and just use common sense. So that's what I've done. And I think I wear my face mask when I'm not 6 feet apart.
Sure.
And wear it at Mass, certainly. And I'm so far so good. Thanks be to God.
We've done a whole host of things here at the parish to ensure the safest possible way for people to come back and to engage in the liturgy and to be present for Mass in person if that's something they want to do. What are some of the things that you're proud of, and how are we kind of addressing all of those protocols?
Very important to me to obey the bishop, who is in conversation with the governor and who wants to do what the governor and the state health officials say in the city and the counties as well. And we are doing that as best we can. And so I'm proud that we've been able to understand the protocols about 6 feet apart, social distancing, face masks, hand washing, all of that. And if you're coughing or sneezing, it might be a sign from God that maybe you ought not to come this time. But we're trying to be, charitable and peaceful about that. And I think that Joyce Romito, our business manager, Pat Ross, our maintenance supervisor, and the ushers have been really, really good and helpful about that, so that our Sunday and daily masses, our funerals and weddings, are pretty much going along safely, and I'm real proud of that. I'm proud is that around 300 or more people are coming to Mass on Sunday, spread out through 4 Masses, maybe 90 maximum each. The 2 Sunday morning Masses are maxed out, and the evening Masses pretty well. So I'm glad that those people feel comfortable coming, and I think that our safety protocols here have assured them that it is safe to come because people are watching. We've had the occasion when someone took their face mask off during Mass, or pulled it down under the nose, or pulled it down, one way or the other, or sneezed or coughed into it, and so that happens. But then we get an email about it, so people are watching.
Yeah.
So we want to be clean as a whistle and healthy as a whistle to assure the people who want to come that they can come and that it's safe here. Somebody at the liturgy committee said that she thought it was safer than the grocery store to come here. So I think that's a great compliment. I wish that I wish that more people would come. I think that what's happening is that some people are making reservations, but then find out that at the moment they can't come. So that happens, and I wish we had a mechanism for them to let us know. I don't think we do. So we would like to know that, because there are some people who walk up and they go, I forgot my reservation. Oh my gosh. And we want to let them in, and we mostly have had room,
right.
But it would be nice to know that we have room. So I wish that we would take that step, and, maybe a few more could choose to come, knowing that certainly in the 2 evening Masses, we would have room, and we may well on Sunday morning.
A word to those who are locked at home and still, hunkered down and unafraid or to those who are unable to join us in person. You have any words for them of encouragement or?
Keep watching, go to Mass here and watch. Go to Mass at some other, national site. I have some friends here who are about my age who don't come to Sunday Mass. I've seen them a little bit at daily Mass. And I think that's a good idea. If you don't want to face 90 people on Sunday, you could face 20, on weekday Mass in the same space. You'd have more elbow room, as it were. And we know the daily Mass is not a substitute, but hey, it's Mass, it's Eucharist in person. So I think that's a great idea to do that. This couple on Sundays travel all over the world going to Mass on television. So they were recently they had been on a trip to Ireland, and they had for some reason, gone to a very small, unheard of town called Caharsiveen. I have been there. So he's telling me that they're by TV, by online.
Yeah.
They went to Mass. You've never heard of Dublin and all the kind of. I've been there. Oh my gosh, in that same church. Well, they've been to Paris and Jerusalem and St. Peter's and been all over the world for Sunday Mass. I think that's really, really rich. And they hear different music, of course, and see different ways of doing it, but Mass is Mass.
That's awesome.
So I love that, yeah. So I think if you're at home and you just don't want to come out, don't. But stay connected. We're sending an email daily, and if you're not on our email list, get on it. Please call us or email us at the parish and give us your email address, because we're sending daily Mass and other announcements of important things like food drives and the School of Religion and St. Bridget's School. We're sending on our daily email. It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome. Things are very active here.
Yeah,
we've got religious education starting up, and the school is back in session. In all of those things that are starting back up in the midst of COVID, what are your favorite things to see coming back to life?
School was enormous for me because they left in March. And though we certainly have, competent, amazing administrators and teachers, I don't micromanage the school in any way, but I see the children a lot, especially at daily Mass. And so their absence to me was profound. Yeah. And also we've had to suspend our altar serving, where I got to know a lot of the boys and girls who serve Mass over the years, and we're still suspended, and I don't know when we can bring that back. So the impact of having the school was good. But I think the first time we were allowed to have in-person Mass, I nearly wept, because there are only about 50 people there, but it was as if it were 5,000. And my heart palpitated, and I was so glad to see people come back. And I know from the people who were there, I know from the people who are watching, and I know from the emails we get how devoted people are to the sacrament of the Eucharist. It really works, and it really is a personal connection to the Eucharist, and a very devoted one here. In COVID, we've had about 45 baptisms since early April. We've had about 60 First Communions, and we've had about 50 10th graders have their confirmation. We've had, sadly, about 15 funerals, and we've had about 8 weddings since that time. So just sacramentally, we're, I would say busy, but it's good busy.
Yeah.
And it's what we live to do. Alan Dean and, the deacons, and we just live to do that. So it's been beautiful.